So a lot came through during the pre-read. And what specifically came through was this person who just mishandled you and just mistreated you. And so, what I will say to this is that look at your energy, look at how you show up for yourself, look at how this person had impacted your life, and make peace with that. There was this transformative energy that came across. And because of that transformative energy, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in this next chapter for you. But the way that they came across their energy was that they fumbled you, that they just, it was, like how to describe it is more like sinister. Someone being sinister, like them taking, like when you think of like a villain or like a super villain, like they're sitting around like, I'm excited to be mean to somebody. That's not what this was. What it was they they lacked such self-awareness that they didn't realize they were being mean towards you. They were trying to control you in a kind of way that it made their reality make sense, and they didn't give a damn. They didn't care how it impacted you. Like there are many situations that you can look at and really think of like, okay, you should do no harm when it comes to people. And that's not at all what this situation was. What this situation was is this person was trying to fill in a slot in their life. And to a certain extent, you probably were too. But this person is a very desperate person. And as you grow and mature, one thing you got to realize is you cannot surround yourself by desperate people. Desperate people make desperate decisions. You might be wondering, what kind of desperate decision do desperate people make? Desperate decisions are when they see you like triumphing, when they see you creating, they're not validating your hard work. They're not seeing you for who you are. They're seeing it as, threatening to them, threatening to who they are, threatening to how they have limited you and put you in a box. With that being said, they don't see, they, when I say that they see the miracle, they're not validating that you worked hard for something. They see it as, oh, this person, it's just so easy for them. They look at it like that. You could, figure out something impossible, invent something totally new, and they don't see it like that. They're like, oh, it's just so easy for them because in their brain, they cannot figure out how to do that for themselves. Not because what you're doing is complicated, but this person is so deeply insecure that they just really can't bring themselves to do what needs to be done. Like let me give you an actual example here. Say you decide, okay, I want to get really good with my physical fitness, and I want to, I don't know, you go into the gym or you take up a sport or some activity, and then you're doing it for a couple months, and then you do it for like a year, maybe you do it for like a year or two. All of a sudden, you look different. Your body looks different. You've eaten different foods, and like you're just different. And so they look at you, mind you, they didn't respect anything you were doing. So they weren't paying attention to what you were doing. There might have been times where when you were doing this thing that made you happy, like for example, this kind of fitness thing, that they were trying to just discourage you, disturb you, like, oh yeah, that's messed up, like trying to put a wedge between you and that thing. So then they turn around and they realize, oh wow, you didn't really transform. Are you really this? Are you really that? And they look at it as like, well, they could never do it because, it was just so easy for you. You think transforming your body over 2 years is easy? That's a long time. Most people want results in like 8 weeks or a week or a day, like, so they really took you for granted. They took what you did for granted. But then that becomes threatening to them because instead of them thinking, like, wow, you're this really patient person, you're this really persistent person, you're this level headed person, they see you as, oh, it's so easy for them. So that's okay. I can bend them. I can push them. I can, make them in a kind of way that is best for me. And I can make it so that they need to take, they can adjust, they need to adjust to my needs. It's coming across as very kiddish, very, very kiddie. And if I had to place it, it feels like it has something to do with the family, like the specifically the mother. Sometimes this comes across as people being babied. Other times it's like uh they they are maybe emotionally abusive. A relationship with their mother, their parent, creates the type of person that makes them emotionally immature. So it doesn't always mean that, somebody was spoiled. It also could mean somebody was neglected emotionally. And so then that person, they grow up to feel like they have to overcompensate emotionally and not have the wherewithal, not have the awareness to understand, like, hey, what I say to people matters. Like, let me make sure that what comes out of my mouth is do no harm. Again, like, having common decency for another human being, you think should be really regular. It is not. And I get it. It's not a situation in which a person needs to overthink everything. Like, oh my gosh, what did I say? I hope I didn't. It's not that at all. It's just like, wow, this person just shared something exciting to me. Maybe I should just say, "Oh, that sounds good," as opposed to, I guess, like something like that, Not like someone who overthinks, like, "Oh, they shared something important to me," and I said, "Oh, that sounds good. Oh, I wonder, did that sound weird or did it?" No, not like that. It's like this person will be reactive. I know you know people like this, people who you'll say something positive going on in your life, and it's not even just it's not a flex, it's just this positive thing, and then all of a sudden, instead of them being like, oh, that's interesting, oh, tell me more about that, or oh, okay, nice, good, 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 they'd be like, well, I got da 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 da, well, I got that, and then you didn't know they were a hater until until that moment happened. You're like, what? Like, you're like, oh yeah, I did this. Well, I did this too, and I did it. It's like, and it's even difficult when you realize that about somebody that you may have not known that that was the case, because maybe you looked at them in a very positive way. Maybe you idealized them in whatever way that they showed up in your life. But this particular person, they are really, really. They're really into appearances. They really want a particular type of life that looks good on the outside. Like, so when you think of like the quintessential social media era, and then people posting videos and then like just showing how their life is perfect, that's what they want. They want it to look perfect professionally. They want to look perfect romantically. They want it to look perfect socially. They just want to, it's given this want to be popular, but not like popular, like they, they, uh, they want to have thousands of like followers and subscribers. It's not that, though they wouldn't be opposed to it because they think that they're so great that they would, just them posting a picture, everyone would just flock to the life that they have and that they're building for themselves. It's not that. It's just they want to be like popular in real life. They want to control how people interact with them when they first meet them. So depending on how far away this person is to someone, they'll treat them nicer. And the closer and closer and closer and closer they get, the meaner and meaner and meaner that they're going to be. So for the most people that they need to surround them all the time, they're going to treat them nice. They're going to create this veil, this illusion. But the people closest to them, I would say, like romantic relationship, sometimes it could be a very, 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 very best friend. um they don't know what to do. They're a hot mess because they're wearing this mask over and over and over and over and over, just wearing this mask to create this look or this image of themselves. And for the most part, people are very enabling because this person, they'll buy their friends, they'll buy their love, they'll do this, they'll do that. But one thing that they really, really, struggle with is they have no clue on how to have genuine connections with people. Their friendships and the people on the outside, people they keep from afar, like coworkers and stuff, the coworkers will say, "Wow, this person is a genuine person. They have a genuine connection with that person." But that person can't actually see it because they're faking it. Now, these other people are probably genuine in it. They give the person the benefit of the doubt. Why wouldn't you, you know? But that person would turn on them too, in a heartbeat, because they are such an envious person. They don't know how to be happy. They see someone who's doing better than them, then they want to be near them, and they look at themselves as, oh, I'm not that great. They're so great. They idolize them, right? And then they turn around and then they'll be like, as soon as they see one flaw, they'll be like, this person ain't anything. They're not this, they're not that. They're not, like, it's like, dang, relax. Everybody has their strengths, everybody has their challenges. The point of having people in your life is to just enjoy life with them. It is not to wish you were them. It is not to look down on them. It's just to enjoy people. Everybody has their different walks of life. They're going to be in different financial situations, different emotional situations, different life situations. There's still value that we all can get from each other, but they don't see it like this. And this is kind of this pariah. This is this like infestation that they were in your life. That's how they were. This is how this person happened to be. And it's calling on them again when it's like the relationship with the mother. It's just, this relationship with the mother over and over again. They have some type of issue with their mother. That's the reason why they treated you the way that they did. And they just need so much from you, and they see it as, well, if you truly love me, you would just, you know like, bend your whole life to what I need. They see themselves, like, you ever see like a sitcom or a TV show, and someone is the main character and everybody's a side character. They did not see you for your value. They did not see you as an equal. They actually don't see many people like that. They see themselves as the main character and everybody else is the side character. And when they meet people that they're impressed by, it makes them feel small. They start feeling like the side character. They no longer feel like the main character. It's very narcissistic. It's very diluted. It's those things. But when they first appear in a person's life, they're nice. They wear that mask. They're nice. They're sweet. And oftentimes you're trying to get back to that. Not that this person is even in your life today, but just bringing clarity on that. It's like you try to get back to that. You try to, like, look at the person like, oh, were they really, that way? I mean, yes, they were. They were really that. And again, insecure. When you're insecure, you may not be, everyone has been insecure before. Everyone has insecurities. It's normal. It's a part of being a human. But when you're insecure and you take it out on other people, or you lack self awareness, because this is the type of person who does not reflect. They only care about appearances, so they don't really do inside work. And you're the type of person that does inside soul work. Because you do inside soul work, your energy could have been very intimidating to them the closer they got to you. On the outside, they liked you for what they saw. Maybe they just saw like a nice human being, a beautiful human being, someone who is, fun, and all of these great qualities about you. But when they started to get under the surface and you knew who they were and they didn't know who they are, that became very challenging to them, because you started asking questions. And when I say asking questions, just casual conversation of like, oh, they are presenting themselves in a certain way. Oh, I'm this or I'm that type of person. You're like, oh, that's really interesting. How did that form for you? Oh, okay, so when this happens, da 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 da, like, you're just, like a decent human being listening and taking interest, and they don't have this rehearsed answer. And so that becomes very intimidating to them. And then, very, like, as time progresses, you reveal who they are. You see it. And you're not a hater. You're not the type of person that's going to go and be like, hey, everybody, they ain't ish, just so you know. But they can't see it like that. They see, like, oh my gosh, I have been discovered. Now, for you, if this was particularly in a love kind of way, love needs to be deep. Love is not about like just having appearances. There's not like, I'm gonna keep it real. Your friendship should be genuine. So they shouldn't be about appearances. The people in your life shouldn't be about appearances. But okay, it happens. Sometimes you deal with your coworkers differently than you'll deal with, the friends that you had growing up and then your family and stuff like that. Okay, it is what it is. But when it comes to actual relationships, significant others, it should not be appearances. This is the type of person who wanted someone for a photo op. They wanted someone to look good for whatever it is they had going on, but they themselves do not know how, and they are still learning how to genuinely have connections with someone. They look at a picture and they assume that, like, oh, like that's happiness. But they'll also hate on somebody too. Oh yeah, people who post this and post that. Yeah, those people are just doing it for show. When deep down that's what they want to do. They want you, or they wanted you to post them, do that, and they wanted to make fun of you for doing it, but they wanted that too. So when you would respect their boundaries, they would be like, yeah, they were underwhelmed by it. But when you would do that other stuff, they secretly wanted that, but then they wanted to critique you. It is a chaotic I call it trauma drama. It is a chaotic person. They prefer to be around people who are also chaotic so that they can be a hero. They do it also because they want to look better. You know how back in the day they used to say, like, sometimes you'll have a group of people and it was like attractiveness, that a very attractive person would hang out with someone who wasn't as attractive as them and it makes them stand out. It's that similar kind of thing with this person. They want to surround themselves by people that they feel like are less than. It doesn't have to be, it can be attractiveness, but it could be other stuff like, they want to surround themselves by people that make them look good. They also need these people to not be so destitute. They have to have something going on because they need to get something from them. I'm just saying, like, the way that this energy of this person came down, there was never going to be a way where y'all actually connected, where y'all actually touched base, because every time that happened, there was this weird, like, it was like they were crumbling, they were losing their identity. For someone who has built their entire life with a mask, to ask them to do some introspective work is like everything is crumbling. In your mind, you might think it's like, oh, okay, well, they can keep wearing their mask, but keep it real with me. We'll work on it day by day. They don't see that because they wear a mask with everybody, including you. So, because of that, whether this is a person active in your life or this was a person in your past, and this is like bringing clarity into your life now, because of that, they saw you as very threatening. The way that you were caring and nurturing for them in the right way, they took it as harm. They think that nurturing is when someone is enabling. And there is no way that you are going to break that. Impossible. Impossible. You cannot. Let me tell you something. When someone is steady in their enabling flow, when somebody is in their enabling life, they are not going to see the goodness of someone like, hey, let's have something real. They're going to see as, you're busting my bubble. I'm happy. And their happiness is always fleeting. Any little situation can bring up discomfort for them. So they need to have this enabling. They need to wear this mask. They need to be in this bubble. But you might present to them like, hey, let's have something real where no matter if we're happy or we're sad, like we're real. We don't have to feel insecure about each other. Oh, you want to talk about fighting words? That's fighting words for a particular person like this. So no matter how nice or how nurturing you happen to have been for this person, they could not see. They refused to see. They were very extremely codependent. And so, what this brought up in you is having to cord cut their impact on you, how it came up in your life. It, it's it's this weird relationship between the mind and the heart. The mind is like, this person was deluded, absolutely not, and you can see things clearly. But the heart was, you're a compassionate person. You believe or you saw glimpses of this person growing into more. And perhaps in their life they can grow into more. But the reality is they were not going to grow into more with you or for you. First of all, you can only grow into more if you want to. And sometimes when someone grows into a better version of themselves in a relationship with someone, they could say, like, oh, this person made me whole. But no, it really was they were finally at a place where they could grow. This person is not at a place where they can grow. They are not going to grow up anytime soon. They will, they're stubborn. They will ride this train, bus, car, bike till the wheels fall off. So they're going to keep on enabling themselves, and they're so good at wearing the mask that it'll continue to go, but their downfall is going to be in like 5 or 10 years. And that's actually very interesting because you think of yourself, you're like, 5 or 10 years, are you even going to think about this person? I mean, as you go through life, you sometimes think about somebody, not even in a like longing kind of way, maybe in a longing kind of way. I guess it depends on the person and where you're at in your life, but in a like curiosity kind of way, like what happened to that person? If you ever wonder, like, wow, that person treated me like that, did they really have a happy life, or did they, succumb to their own issues? And the thing is, when somebody is mishandling other people the way that they mishandled you, when they genuinely want to get better, they're going to get all that karma. They're going to have to face things. So, what they try to do is they try to keep that bubble going and slightly make changes. But what ends up happening, honestly, if they don't like really just be like, I want to be a better person, I need to, and I need to see outside of what is in front of me, what's going to happen is they just attract a person who's just like them. And they try to give and enable this person thinking, well, that's all I wanted. And so if I can do this, it makes everything that I did right. And no, that person, when I say this person is going to wear them out, let me tell you, you don't have to be worried at all about your karma being, them receiving their karma, because this person, the way they gonna wear them out. And there's a little bit of energy here of like hopefulness of like, you know what, you deserve that. You deserve all of that. So you know what, go ahead, go. They gonna wear them out. Like, I think they took your kindness for weakness, and they're even boastful like about whether this is a new person or how their life turns out. They're going to be boastful. They're very obsessed with you in a weird kind of way. I don't know why. You're not, the way you come across, it's not aggressive. It's just regular, but they're just obsessed with you. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they just have a obsession about you. Like, they'll, to this day, they still bring you up. Oh, so and so. Oh, so and so. To people who know you, they even tried to kind of almost have someone be a replacement for you, and they are constantly comparing to show that this person is better than you and this and that. And the people around them are just supportive of them. They're like, oh, people, they go through the relationships, and I'm happy that you're happy. This seems like this is the right thing for you because that's what you're saying, da 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 da. But when I say this person is going to lay them out. They're going to lay them out because this person wears the mask too. And all they need is one event, one something that shows up in their life, and they're going to risk it all for that. So the way that it comes across for that particular person is, though it's unlikely, if they, okay, I'm talking about this person that they replaced you with, if they have someone from their past that miraculously gets themselves together, or they also have that 5-10 years out of like thinking about this person, if they see that this person kind of landed on their feet, landed where they needed to, it's going to create this floodgate for them, because they're going to wear this mask for the next couple of years and enjoy this deluded person that was in your life. And that deluded person is going to think that they're so great, blah, 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 blah. But once they themselves look at that genuine love, because this love that they're trying to cultivate, I'm not saying that they don't love each other, but it is for show. They're both very like, and I guess that's what you should want to be, right? People who want to have for showy kind of things. But there's nothing like having something real. I would say there's nothing like having something deep. But you don't have to be deep like y'all lost yourself in each other. But there's nothing like something real. And this person that mistreated you, they do not know how to be deep with someone. They know how to cosplay deep. They know how to be erratic. They know how to deeply feel things, but they don't know how to genuinely and safely create a connection with another human being. And this other person wears that mask too. They're like, cool. They don't want a deep connection with them because that deepness is already being held by someone else. They just want to enjoy because, for that person that they try to replace you with, they had issues in their past relationships. That's what's coming out. Like they had issues in their past relationship, and they don't feel safe going deep with someone again, so they want to have a very shallow, superficial relationship. They want, to bring all their happiness back. But let me tell you something. In life, you want something real. You want to know that somebody loves you because they love you. You want to know that somebody not just makes you better, but creates or, encourages an environment where you can be better. You want to be with someone who makes you feel safe. You want to be with someone who makes you feel seen. You want to be someone who makes someone feel safe and makes somebody feel seen. You want to be with someone where you can enjoy time, whether it's just y'all two or a bunch of people. You want to be with somebody where, sometimes y'all can get lost in your own worlds. Somebody that, like, when you go through life, when you get old and you don't talk to as many people, that you just genuinely enjoy that with them. Whether that's a bunch of pictures or that's just pictures between y'all two. Those are the things that you try to give to this person. They can't receive it. And they instead try to bring someone into their life that is similar to them superficially, but that person also has this person from the past who's like pulling on them emotionally. They feel fine now because that person from their past gave them a lot at that stage of their life, when they were in that stage of their life. Now they're at a new stage of their life and they don't feel like that person can give to them the way that they needed to. When it comes to it's this dumb superficial appearances. Like, it keeps on showing a bunch of cameras. It keeps on showing a bunch of like this person in particular. They were I wouldn't say that their energy is that they're mean or anything. It's not that. It's just they loved appearances. They loved, again, both of them have this kind of popularity in real life kind of thing where it's like they love being seen. They, love being on someone's like radar. They love those appearances. They want to seem like they're cool with everybody. Let me tell you something. You can be cool with everybody, but you can't falsely create a deep relationship with everybody. There's too many people. It's hard enough to be a good friend to like one or two people, a genuine friend, let alone 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Not everybody is your homegirl, your homeboy. I mean, like your deep whatever. Not everybody is your day one. Just because someone puts a message up of a old memory they have, like it takes a lot to develop and cultivate relationships in each other's lives, and people don't have to be that. It is okay to have people that are more of acquaintances or further away. It's okay. We need different things in different levels, but they're not like this. So that first love that they had gave them, that sense of being seen, that sense of feeling important, because these two people, they're the type that they don't feel important. Like they feel like they have to be attached to either someone or some group. The person that like they need to be attached to a group. This person that they try to replace you with, they need to be attached to someone. It is very, very codependent in how they are showing up. Anyway, And so what they were kind of providing or giving to each other is this, like, facade, this appearance, this, keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. And that other person that they try to replace you with, they grew out of that with their partner, though they love that partner more than they love this person that you're with, especially since that person that you knew or you were like connected to, they don't know how to deeply mutually be in a like deep connection with someone. So they really miss that person, but they also felt that it just was not working out. Like, life stuff. Like, if you ever seen a relationship where two people love each other, but then they fight over finances, and that'll be enough to break a relationship up. So, I mean, it's not that complicated. You could be totally in love with someone. They fulfill everything for you except for that. And if you feel like you're destitute and you're one, paycheck away from being out on the streets, you may not want to be with that person. Or so that was the kind of difficulty they had. But once this person gets their life together, oh my gosh. That person, will always have their heart. But right now, what they want to do is they want to show this person, like, hey, you should have, gotten your ish together for me, da 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 da. And they're doing it with this deluded person. It's funny to me. So they're gonna parade themselves about, and they're gonna look this way, and they're gonna look that way, and they're gonna surround themselves by people. But look, when you choose a partner or a mate, you gotta choose somebody that you actually want to be with alone. Your relationship, even if you're a really social, extroverted person, your relationship should not be contingent on always being surrounded by people. That your relationship is, what do other people think? Do they think this person looks good? Do they think this person is interesting? Do they think this person da 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 da? And for them, the person of how they treated you, it was a struggle for them, especially when you saw who they were and you started to change or make like disconnect, because they could not fill your shoes. When I say like the energy that's coming across is like they really, really could not fill your shoes. They like they tried. It just they recognized that the people around them were like, they were seeing them different. And remember, for them, it's all about appearances. So, like, fast forwarding, when they finally found this person that he replaced you with, they felt like, yes, like this person is someone who can fill their shoes, the shoes that you had. And they even feel like a little bit more, like they want you to see this person and just feel insecure or feel this or feel that, or but what they're not telling people is, in order to bag this person was in a very desperate situation. So if that person has always been desperate, and then this person is in a desperate situation, that's the only way they were able to bag them, and they kind of promised them all of these things. So there's almost this feeling of this, they have to show up, they have to provide, they have to give, they have to do this, they have to do that to keep up appearances. Now here's the thing: when someone has a relationship with somebody that's very deep, you can keep it real. No matter what the appearances are, you can have conversations about money, about life, about how you feel. Because this is a very superficial relationship, and this person presented themselves as you know them to be, this kind of way, um, maybe a baller, maybe this, maybe that, blah 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 blah, whatever. They're having a superficial relationship with this person, and they got to keep up those appearances, and they're keeping it up. So they often try to deal with someone the way that they dealt with you, and they are realizing, no, you have to buy it. They're buying this love. They're, that's exactly what it is. But when you buy love, at the end of the day, when the day has ended, it is not real love. Don't get me wrong. Showing your appreciation for someone, doing something nice for someone, that shows, that you care. But doing things that are just reactionary, meaning they learn something about you, so now they want to do something nice for their significant other. No, that's weird. Do something nice for your significant other because you like them, or they hear something, they're thinking about you, or they maybe assume this or that isn't going well, so then they go revel in it. They go compare, oh, this person, da 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 da, all that. So that's the kind of person that they were. They were not. They need to stay. They need to stay where they're at. Like the way that I see y'all too as so different. On the outside, initially, it is what it is. But on the inside, this was, when I say, I don't want to say it's a like a waste of your time. We learn everything, we learn things from every experience that we have. But this person lacked balance, and you have balance. That's a part of the reason why they despised you, but they were so attracted to you. They hated the peace that you had internally because you did not wear a mask. You did it. The people that they surrounded themselves with liked you, and you didn't have to. And you tried to share that with them. Hey, people will like you if you're just yourself. And they did not like that. Now, there are certain people out here who are like, they're going to wear a mask. They don't care if you wear a mask. And it is what it is. And it's okay, like, but that's not how this type of person is. This type of person is, they need everything around them, surrounding them. They might even get a little bit of violent. When I say violent, I don't mean like maybe physically, but like irritable, snappy when someone sees it. And when someone sees it and they see it too much, they start to disconnect themselves from them. They're a user. They only want to surround themselves by people that they can get something with, or that kind of keep their reality going. They try to surround themselves by people that they've known for a long time who will give them the benefit of the doubt. They do not have the energy in them to pursue real connections with new people. What they think is a real, genuine connection is just knowing someone for a long time, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Oh, yeah, that's the way that they pop up, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's their best friend, or that's their this, or that's their that. They'll just be like, oh yeah, we're really close. You can know tons of people for 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years, and not be close to them. But that's what it is for them. So they really like doing the work, and they're going to keep on enabling themselves. And they're really, right now, they are really reveling, okay, in finding your replacement. Ooh, they feel so good about it, okay? But what came up in the pre-read was, you know, you got to be very careful. I'm going to keep it very real with you. You got to be very careful who you give your energy to. Just because you gave someone the benefit of the doubt does not mean they will for you. Just because you saw the light in somebody when they're just traveling in the dark doesn't mean that they will be hopeful for you. And you have to heal those wounds that this person created. After doing this reading and seeing how this person is, and seeing how they're still doing the same stuff, and feel like they're right in doing it, you got to go back and look and say, I got to heal myself. You weren't wrong in being kind. You weren't wrong in being vulnerable. You weren't wrong in being patient and working with someone. You got to heal yourself. How they think, their deluded way, whatever, do not ascribe to that. Do not give in to that. You to really strip yourself here and to see what it is, because that person, they're the type of person where they just build on top of wounds. They'll be beefing with somebody over something that has nothing to do with them, but an original wound of which they're not going to take any time working towards. And I said that it has a lot to do with the mother. Like, that's what came up. And it came up for them being emotionally neglected by the mother, and so them needing partners to do that for them, or needing people in their life to do that in different ways for them. But for you, seeing that wound that they created in you, you got to just lay it bare. Never be embarrassed by experiencing life. Never feel embarrassed by, oh, that hurt me. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you an unlucky person. Never be embarrassed by feeling your feelings. Never be embarrassed by needing some time to heal. Just because they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs doesn't mean that, you got to just like get up, dust it off, and walk off like it didn't hurt you. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge how letting someone in who shouldn't have been in, who fumbled you, who did not treat you well, impacted you. It lets you know how you deal with people in the future. but also be gracious towards yourself. Show up for yourself each and every day. Who cares how their life is playing out? They're so short-sighted. They don't even see that they are not building the type of foundation that they actually need. But you are healing yourself. You're a wonderful person. If you're not already surrounded by love, which so many people are connected, or so many people are attracted to you for just that, and you're genuine. You may not have you may not have the energy for everybody, but for the people you do, you have a positive, you leave a positive taste in the people's mouths. Whereas, that person, like, really just, they didn't like that. They wanted that. They wanted that energy. They hated that you were able to have that without wearing a mask. So do not feel bad that you are still healing. Do not feel time that do not feel bad that over time you had to take the time to feel better, to work through things, to say that really hurt you. Oh my gosh, that really hurt you, and that you want to move through it. Also, be patient with love. Be patient with the people you surround yourself by. Genuine connections do not weigh like that. Just continue to be yourself. Be your sweet self. Be your loving self. Be the type of person that you want to be in this life. Be the type of person that shows up for you, and just rebuild. This transformation that came across doesn't change. It doesn't change. That person that you are becoming doesn't change. But you got to be that. You have to connect. You have to show up for yourself. You you don't have to lose your humanity or your sanity because of this situation. Well, I hope that brought some peace for you. I hope that brought some balance for you. And be easy, take care of yourselves, and I will definitely see you tomorrow. Bye. Be easy, everybody.